What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another bang. So, man, as you guys know, man, we are putting out the daily content, man. Today is December 30th, 2024. And for today's video, I want to talk about 4 brutal truths that all men must know to become great, man. So, yeah, man, that's the title for this video, and that's the topic for today. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Actually, before we do get into it, y'all already know if I'm in front of this camera, I'm here to help you mentally, physically, or financially. And now, with that being said, let's get right into it. So, at number one of the brutal truths that every man must know to become, great is that it's always going to be your fault. Now, I know you're wondering, what do you mean by that? What is it? It is anything that happens in your life, anything that happens in your family life, anything that happens in your girlfriend life. It is anything, period, that happens in your life in general. It's always going to be your fault. And what I mean by that is that accountability will, for the most part, be on you when it comes to your personal success or failure, and also your family's personal success or failure. And the reason for that is because, as the man, you are looked at as the king of the household, and heavy is the head that wears the crown. So, regardless of what happened with your family, let's say that, y'all get evicted out of y'all home, or y'all home go into foreclosure. It's gonna be your fault. Even though it may have been plenty of different things. It may have been that your wife, lost her job. It may be that, your wife became disabled. This, that, and the third. It could be anything. But regardless, it's going to be looked at as your fault. Especially on the outside looking in, be it family members, be it whoever. Let's say that your wife or your girlfriend cheats on you. More than likely, she gonna try to push it on to you and say it's your fault. Regardless of it being her, her free will to cheat on you. She's more than likely going to say it's your fault because, oh, you was working too hard. Oh, you wasn't giving me no attention. This, that, and the third. So that's a brutal truth that we as men gotta understand, that regardless of how we feel, regardless of if it's true or not, more than likely it's going to be your fault in the view of society. So that's number one. At number two, the second brutal truth that every man must understand to become great is that in this world, there is no sympathy for a broke man. Now, I say that because, man, I've seen it time and time again. I've even seen it with family members where, the man may not have a job. He may not be bringing in any income. And those men that wasn't bringing in any income, didn't have no type of job, didn't have no type of hustle, they were the men that were literally getting disrespected like crazy by their own wives. Literally. I done seen this shit. Those the men who, you see asking for money on the sidewalk, and let's be real, a lot of us just drive by them because it's not really any respect out here or sympathy for a broke man, especially if you able-bodied. I can understand some sympathy for someone who don't got no legs, who in a wheelchair. Of course, there will be some sympathy there. But if you are an able-bodied man, more than likely it ain't gonna be no sympathy for you in this world. I'm just keeping it real, man. If you an able-bodied man who could work, who could walk, who could talk, it's not gonna be no sympathy for you. You gonna have to get it out the mud just like every other man in this world or in this society. So, yeah, that's number two, man. It ain't no sympathy for a broke man. Get off your ass, grind hard, get to the bag, and you'll be straight if you're a man, man. Because that's how most of society looks at us. They look at us on what we can provide, and that can be financial, it can be plenty of different ways. But if you're not providing any value, people not gonna look at you with respect anyway. But yeah, man, that's number two. That's number two. At number three, a brutal truth that every man must understand to become great is that appreciation will be scarce. As we know, as men, we have a lot of roles to fill and we have a lot to carry on our shoulders. And with us carrying all this weight on our shoulders, man, it may be a lot of things that may get overlooked. And this could be even by your family members. It could be by your wife. It could be by your kids. It could be by, anybody, your friends. But regardless, I'm going to say that appreciation is scarce because just the amount of load that we as men may have to carry, especially if you are a real man. Not no boy, not no child, a real man. And me personally, I consider a real man someone who protects and provides. And that doesn't only stem with finances. It could be, it's plenty of different things. It's mentally and it's physically as well. But if you're doing all those different things and more than likely, you just not go get the appreciation that you may feel like you deserve, man. It could be you just paying the highest load of bills. That mortgage is $4,000. You paying that truckload of a mortgage, and your wife paying some little shit. And more than likely, you probably never go get a thank you for it. And I understand that is that's a responsibility that you gotta do regardless, but still, every man wants to hear that thank you. Every man wants to hear that appreciation. It could be your kids, man. Your kids, you get your kids some gifts, but the only time they say thank you is on Christmas, even though you get them a gift every month. Or even though you paying, let's say you ain't with your woman, you pay child support every month, your kids might not even say thank you about that, even though you providing for them every month. And it's just what it is, man. Appreciation is scarce if you are a man. I'm going to just keep it a band. All right. And at number 4, the final one is, back then she didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Now, what I mean by that is that men, we don't really hit our peak when it comes to just everything, financials, mentally, physically, all that. We don't really hit our peak until our 30s. And due to that, it may be a lot of women that may pass up on you. It may be a lot of women that won't give you the time of day, this, that, and the third. But, like I said, once you really hit your peak, those people that wasn't giving you the time of day, that were looking past you, they go do a whole U-turn. They go spin the block and try to get back at you. And that's what it's all about, man. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all want me, man. As you get older, as you get wiser, you're going to hit that peak. You really go hit your step. And when you hit that step, that's when all the people who didn't care about you, all the people who didn't really fuck with you, that's when they go come back. Especially if you putting it in their face. And what I mean by that is, if you posting them pictures on IG, posting them pictures on Twitter, showing off the nice, get-togethers, showing off the nice food, eating the steak, showing off a little bit of the chains, nice cars, shit like that, I promise you they go do that U-turn. But it all comes with time. It all comes with, you being consistent, you self-improving on yourself, be it mentally, physically, or financially, all that. If you are constantly doing it over a period of years, it may be 5 years, it may be 10 years, then I promise you, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, hoes all on me. Y'all already know. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff, and I'm out. Peace.